Hey guys, welcome back. Kennesaw State off season this time. At the end of season 2, if you missed it, we won our bowl game over Old Dominion, finishing our 14-0 perfect season here in year 2. We're up to 13th in the country. Now a 2-star prestige school. We're looking at some of the players that are leaving through graduation. Looks like we're losing Tyler Hollum. We kind of went over this in some of the last game there. Decent amount of starters. Baron Hobson up in an 81 overall. Gabriel Benyard up to an 82 overall. We'll be definitely missing some of these players. Jordan Miles, forgot about him. He's going to be leaving. Blake Bohannon, Sidney Porter, both the punter and the kicker. Davian Witherspoon. Quite a few guys that we ended up losing, but they're all going to graduation. I would love to see Gabriel Benyard, maybe Baron Hobson getting a chance to make the NFL. I don't really think we're going to get that opportunity with really any of these guys. But that would be cool if they could sneak up there in a 7th round pick. Thrilled that no one wanted to transfer out, though. That's a big, big perk for us. So we didn't have to use any of our persuasion attempts. Nobody ended up getting drafted, so that's kind of what we expected. But could not be more happy to see this man get drafted. Caden Salter, good riddance. Jeez, he was tearing us up in the last 2 games, or the last game of the regular season and in our conference championship. He was an animal. Time to look and see what is available here. So, we got Tevin Sheets. Oh, geez, wow. Well, I'm glad we didn't drop off on Tevin Sheets because apparently everyone else must have. I mean, we're sitting at first place and really, we just throw a visit on him and max out our points, and I think we get him for sure. Super pumped about that. That's amazing. So yeah, we'll go after Tevin Sheets because we really liked him at that linebacker spot. He was like 86 speed, 88 excel, but great change of direction, and tackling's decent. I think having him over there would be great. His size is 6'2", 188, so a little bit on the lighter side for a linebacker, but I think we could get him there. I'll take my camera down so it's a little easier for you guys to see the heights and all that stuff while we're doing recruiting. But Wayne Hewitt, we're looking pretty good. Looking decent over here on Manny Grimes. Really looking, great on most of these guys. Shouldn't really have to fight too hard for half of them, so that's awesome. But let's see. So there are no 5-stars wanting to transfer at all. As far as 4-stars go, there are a handful. Do any of them want to come here? So we got 3 potential. There's an elusive back for playing style. So that's an interesting one, especially because we just got Nathan Staymates. He's that 4-star running back as elite dev. We still have Tavares Jones for 1 more season, so Tavares is going to be our starter for sure. And then, but yeah, Tavares Jones is for sure going to be our starter. And then we have Juan Kindred still. We have Nathan Staymates still. Ideally, we can redshirt Staymates, and then Staymates starts after Tavares is done, with Juan Kindred as like the forever backup / power back. So we don't really have a spot for another running back at this point. I mean, he's a sophomore, so he could be maybe used. I mean, since he's a playing style, he's probably not going to transfer out, so it never hurts to have depth for a 3rd running back. So we could throw him on there and just see how hard it is to get him. A scrambling 4-star quarterback playing style. I mean, never hurts to have a backup quarterback. Not really what we need, but we do need to get some top 5 finishes. There we go. 4-star safety. Absolutely what we need. Especially zoning one at that. We absolutely love that. So we're going to throw him on the board for certain. So we got 3 4-stars on that board, and there's a bunch of 3-stars. All right, so what I'd love to see next is just go through each position and see where we're weak. So we have Nick Johns already as kind of the guy that we want long term. Walker White could be another player that we have as a backup to Vasco for Vasco's senior year. And then Nick Johns starting the one after that, because I don't think he had a playing time. He might. No, he does not have playing time. It's either proximity to home, campus lifestyle, or program tradition. So, yeah, he can easily redshirt year 1 and let Vasco lead the charge, which is perfect. That's what we like to see. Staymates, great for there. Javen Simpkins could also be fantastic for us as another 1-2 punch. So we got 2 running backs and 2 quarterbacks, which is more than enough. Receivers, I think we're weak at. So I'd love to see if we could add a bunch more receivers to this board, kind of scout them all and see what we can gain from it. Tyler Longoria is the only huge one that we have. Manny Grimes, is he fast? Yeah, he's got 87 speed. Love to see him. So we definitely want Manny Grimes. We are probably still a little weak at tight end spots. We could add a little bit more. Dave Merchant should be for sure ours. We already got Brandon, and we got 2 more. So I don't think we need to get any more offensive linemen since we already have a decent amount, and we've been doing pretty offensive heavy every season so far, so I don't want to continue to do that, or it's going to be really tough for us to not be getting rid of every offensive lineman we sign immediately. Defensive line, I know we have an abundance of defensive line. D tackles are where we're hurting, so we could add some D tackles on this board. Could always add some outside linebackers. Middle linebackers were set. We did lose 2 of our other middles. Or we lost 2 other linebackers so far. But we still have Danellis Johnson. So really Danellis, Dubose, and D'Imperio would be fantastic combo. And especially if we end up getting Tevin Sheets and moving him to a linebacker spot too, that would give us 3 4-star linebackers, which would be crazy. Corners, we could definitely look at some more corners. Griggs is the first 4-star corner we've signed, and he's normal dev. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some more. We got a 4-star safety, and ideally we get this 4-star safety too. So, all right, let's see what we can go add to this board then. So we want to immediately schedule a visit for Tevin. We just want to have him immediately join the roster. We want championship contender. And then we're not even going to mess around with it. We're just going to go full. I think we just send the house. I don't think our grades were that good. So I think if we send the house and we do, I don't want to mess it up. We're going to go all out. We're going to go full 65 points and a visit. All these other 3 stars that we're in first place in, I'm not super worried about really putting much into them. Some of these guys I might just add like 10 points or so just to kind of confirm that we get them if they're close to the commit stage. Since these guys are like entering the top 3 stage, I'm not so worried about somebody jumping up and taking them immediately. Tavares Grimm we should immediately get no matter what. Oh, wait. Let's go back. Let's go to our 4 stars first. How many do we have? So we have what? 1, 2, 3. 3 4 stars that we gained. We want to put visits on all of them here in week 1. Since I already offered 1. We know playing style is what he likes since he's an A+ in playing style. So we can automatically offer that. Pretty much just send the house. Give him all the points we can. And then Ellis also likes playing styles, so we'll go ahead and do that. That's our 4th visit for this week, which is perfect. We just have to learn really one more thing about this guy, and then we're going to be able to hit him with all of our hard sells, which is great. Now we have 230 hours remaining. I'd love to prioritize the rest of the people from the transfer portal at this point. This guy's a gem with 93 speed. But our problem is we're probably not going to get him, to be honest. I'm going to have to go super hard, and if they go hard at all on him, they're going to win him. So I think the move is just hold off and not use the points on him at this point. Even though I really want to, I don't think it's the move, because if we put points on him right now and we lose him, we might lose out on half these guys down here that could be way better. Even though they're both 3 stars, this is a 3-star who's already been playing for a few seasons, so he could be an 80 overall at a 3-star, where these guys are going to be like 60s. I think I want to just offer scholarships on both the tight ends. I don't really want to waste scouting on them. I'd love to just get any and all of them. The receivers, though, I am going to scout to a degree. So this guy's a 6'2 physical receiver with 94 speed. I like that guy a lot. I feel like he could be real solid. He's got 84 release, too, which is kind of solid. Like, this guy could be a huge gem for us. So I'm going to offer a scholarship on McCrane. And we'll see about offering 25 points on him. Anderson, we'll do our first one there. 91 Excel, deep threat. It's not full maxed out for our speed, so that has me slightly turned off there. Deuce Alexander, great name, first off. But yeah, not maxed out on speed. 85 catching is nice. 96 catching. 80 medium route. It's solid speed. It could be not great speed, though. Spectacular catch is good. Really, really good catching for 96 catching. 88 speed for a deep threat. Nope, that's an immediate get rid of. I think also with only 77 catching, this guy is a no. I know he's a freshman, but these guys up here have 85 catching and 96 catching. And the route running is better also. I think I'm leaning towards this Jalen Love out of all of them. So I'm going to offer a scholarship on Jalen to kind of see where that puts us. See if I can also maybe add 25 points onto him. And then I'll offer a scholarship onto Deuce Alexander. And then we're going to go 10 points on him because I'm not as interested. And see, like, if Clemson or any of those other guys is going to go for him. See, I might not even put any points on him, to be honest. If Clemson or Georgia is going after him, I am not going to fight that battle. I would much rather use the points on some of these other guys. But that's going to give us 2 more positions to add to the transfer portal because we still have not added any corners. 95 speed, 85 zone coverage. Love to see that. Probably don't need any more, but I'm going to go ahead and finish some of it. We like him. We're going to offer a scholarship, and we're going to be sending the house on that one. But that is going to be the hours that we have, and most likely the class that we have. So let's see how we can finish pulling away here. Advancing to the next week, Tevin Sheets has officially committed to the Kennesaw State Owls. Dave Merchant joins the Owls. Tavares Grimm joins the Owls. And let's go. Jumping to first or second in most of these guys. Looks like Edward Hambrecht. See, I figured he was going to commit to Kentucky, so I'm glad we didn't waste any points on him. Stinks that we ended up losing a guy, but hey, it's better to cut your losses early to not lose your points because your points are the most important thing that you can have. So yeah, we see this guy, Deuce Alexander, Arkansas State going after him quite a bit. We are not going to fight in that race. They have a 4-star pipeline, so immediately removing him from the board. Ham, we weren't super interested in the tight end, so we're going to remove him from the board. Wooten, also going to remove him from the board. You just drop your losses early if you can. But looks like gaining quite a bit on him, too. I'm just kind of rearranging our board in order of who we're really trying to go after. Now it's just a matter of finding out if we can steal these guys. So it looks like Syracuse going after this guy quite a bit. We're going to remove him from the board. We need to figure out what punter we want. And we need to find a way to solidify the rest of these guys up here. So Manny Grimes, people going after him. So I'm going to go ahead and we need to add some points on him. So we should be able to hard sell him and see if that gets us enough to get him to sign. If we need to throw in a visit, we will. But right now we don't quite need it yet. CJ McCrane. He was one of the receivers we really liked with his 94 speed as a physical guy. So we want to add some more onto him. We know playing time and brand exposure and championship contenders. So we know already his full hard sell is that one right there. Love to add a visit for him probably, but we'll see what else. So we want to also add a soft sell too. Just get as much as we can. Jalen Love, we're going to have to add quite a bit more onto him. Coach Prestige and Conference Prestige. So we don't quite know what his hard sell is. So this is a guy that we're going to have to send the house and just go full 65 points. And we're going to have to do a visit for Coach Prestige. See if we can get him joining the squad. If we start somewhat losing against him, then we're going to have to drop out immediately. Some guys going after this guy, but it's worth us putting a visit on him, I think, to kind of solidify our spot. Coach Prestige is what he likes the most. We'll fill out the rest of the 65 points on him, since that's all we can really do at this point. And we got a visit in there. Gained quite a bit with Walker White. Arkansas, though, going pretty strong on this guy, so it's going to be kind of a neck-and-neck race. If they get a visit in there, they might just win him. Javin Simpkins, we are doing well so far. And Christian Ellis also doing really, really well for us so far. So looking good on some of those guys. Might as well add the 5 points onto him, and then we might as well add our visit on him. Likes playing time for an A+, so we'll add him in there for a visit. Only one we did not scout, though, is this Clapp. Let's see where he's at. Speed looks decent. Spec catch is okay. We'll do one more on there. Speed is only an 88, so we're going to remove him from the board. Should be looking to see who our punter is going to be at this point, but I think it's probably more important that we just use these points to kind of lock up the rest of the guys that we can get. I think we'll just add another 25 points on here for Manny. We'll just try to kind of disperse this with roughly 10 or so points, or maybe 25 points on some of these guys that we want to get. We do like Matt Johnson as a gem, so add a little bit more points onto him. Probably should pretty much send fully on this guy if we want to get him. So maybe I should back off a little bit here with Toby, since we didn't need him as much. And we'll go over here and we will do a full hard sell on Camara and see if we can get him to join the squad. Looks like he likes this one the most. And offer him another 5 points. See if we can get him to commit before that week 4 visit. See, I don't know why we put week 4 visits on this guy. I mean, he's so close to the commit stage. That is just a waste of resources for them. There's no way this guy makes it to week 4. He's committing to our program or their program by week 4. And look at that. He just committed right now. So, just a complete waste for them as we got another player. We're still sitting there at first place in quite a few of these guys. We might be getting a handful more. So very, very close to the commit stage for Christian Ellis. Looks fantastic. Playing style, do we know what else he wants? We don't quite know what he wants, so we're just going to keep the hard sell going. Close to the commit stage for Javon Simpkins. Playing style, we might know what he wants. Yeah, we do know his hard sell. This is going to be his hard sell, so it's going to be a great hard sell for us. That should significantly help us. So we'll give him a hard and a soft sell, and playing style for you. Yeah, we know what yours is too. Sweet. So we'll switch that over. Should solidify. We get Walker White as well, which is perfect. Getting very close over here. Basically the name of the game. Once you know the hard sell, you got to hit the hard sell. You have to shoot to get that early visit and then send him with the hard sell, and it puts us in a great spot to be able to get him. And then at this point, we don't really need to go hard on any other player. So what I generally like to do now, I try to do pretty early on, is go back through the transfer portal and see if anyone is not being like gone after. You might be able to find some more stars, some more gems, people you can just add to your board who are going to help bolster your lineup and get you stronger. So we haven't really gone after any of the D tackles. There's a junior D tackle that we're first in. He's a run stopper. King Joseph Edwards is a fantastic name. I'm adding him to the board just because of his name's being amazing. But I had a handful of guys to the board. We're going to go ahead and scout them and see what they all look like. We try to do more or less one scout. It gives us an opportunity to kind of see where everyone's at. And then we can look logistically through them all and see how good they are. Wow, 93 tackle and 90 hit power. I think that's an immediate scholarship offer. I think this guy's not it. I think what we have to fight for him is not going to be enough. So, sorry, King Joseph, you're done. I think we're going to go after these guys. We got 35 points to go after them. So we'll go ahead and just add 10 points on all of them and see how it goes. But that's kind of the rinse and repeat method you got to do. We just got to kind of spread some points after all these guys. Let's go. Christian Ellis, 4-star safety, joins the squad. Javon Simpkins joins the team. Walker White. We got all those guys. Cyril Prewitt. Manny Grimes joins. Huge amount of recruits committing in that one. Juan Kindred now at risk for transfer for playing time. Not super happy about that one. He's definitely going to play, though, so he doesn't have to be worried about that. He will definitely be playing. He's our main power back, and that's not going to change. All right, so Jalen Love looks like he is going to commit here pretty soon. Looking good. Looking solid on him. We're going to easy have the hours at this point to just go hard on all these guys. Matt Johnson, USC starting to pick it up a little bit on him. So we'll go ahead and add a visit on him and then just max out our points on him just so that we can solidify that we're going to get him, because we definitely want to have him. He's a nice fast receiver. Jalen Love gets the commit. Let's go. CJ McCrane joining. Brendan, so we did get the punter. George Taylor joins. Emon Smalls joins. David Parker. We're getting a ton of commits. Timmy O'Kee. And I think that's National Signing Day. That should be about everybody that we could possibly do. So go ahead and look at our coach abilities now before the next off-season starts. I think we got everything we wanted to on here. Yeah, I believe so. Now it's a matter of motivator. So we got 20 points for it. Nothing here really should give a training boost, I don't believe. But if it does, that'd be awesome. I think one of the ones we really want to focus on is probably defensive backs, defensive line. And offensive line would be very important. I think I'm going to go defensive backs first. But it's time for National Signing Day. Let's see the squad that we have. So we'll go ahead and sort by national ranks. We can see the best players first. Like I said, we already saw we have Richard Dubose. He is going to be our star dev. We have Nick Johnson, star dev QB. Christian Ellis, he ends up being normal dev. He's the third best player on this board, which is crazy, actually. Got Walker White, he's star dev also. Javon Simpkins is impact. Jalen Love, impact dev. Dylan Griggs is normal. Pritchett is normal. That's fine. We didn't end up getting him. Ooh, look at that. Cypril Prewitt is a star dev, and he's got Platinum Legion. That's a huge, huge boost for us. He's got 95 speed. He's 6'3", and he has 85 zone coverage right out the gate. He's going to be an animal. Brandon's got impact. Timmy O'Kee is normal. He's also got 95 speed. He's more of a man coverage guy. But hey, 95 speed, 95 excel, 97 change of direction. We can use that anywhere. Emon Smalls, normal dev. Impact for Tyler Longoria. Normal for Marco Davis. Star dev for David Parker. Love to see that. We had him join really, really late. He's a transfer for... that's going to help out a ton. George Taylor, normal dev. Normal for Clay. Kiki's impact. Impact for CJ McCrane. Love to see that as we got him later. Normal dev for Tevin Sheets. Nathan Staymates is going to be a beast for us for multiple years to come as he's elite dev. Justice Everett's impact. Punter is normal dev. Wayne Hewitt normal. Toby Gray normal. Impact for Esteban Virgin. Forrest Grimm is normal. Elite dev Matt Johnson. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's go. We got a wide receiver with elite dev out here for a 3-star receiver. That's got to be so rare. Impact dev for Manny Grimes. Star for David Merchant. We love that. Brett Bram's normal. And Trayvon Kamara is normal as well. So top class, where did we end? Ended 14th for top class. Got 2 5-stars, 12 4-stars, and 17 3-stars. Huge, huge class. We have so many great players joining this roster. It's going to be real scary for a long time for some of these opposing teams. So we'll go ahead and look at our position changes, and I'll let you guys know once I finish it. So as far as the position changes, not a ton of changes. We did a bunch of offensive line moving around and a little bit of defensive line moving around, but big move we made Danellis Johnson our right outside instead of middles because we got those 2 other good middles. So we'll see how that does for the squad. It's time to see what our training results are and see how much better this squad's going to be. Got another upgrade. We can do the off-season training boost for our offensive line, which is great. And then we just got to work on some defensive line. It is time that we can actually look at our defensive coordinator, though. Oh, my goodness. He has a huge off-season training boost for, like, every single position. I absolutely love that for us. Then on tactician, he's got some nice little boost to offense and defense. And this guy has the elite recruit. Our offensive coordinator has the elite recruiter badge, so we're able to get some of these like additional interest for every 10 hours spent for these guys. So it's a good combo between our OC and our DC. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for, the off-season training. Let's see how it goes. So Ethan Vasco up to an 85 overall. That's a huge boost to us. He jumped up quite a bit. He's up 5 overalls. He was an 80 overall last year. And look at that accuracy stats. He's got a short and mid up to 90s. Deep is just still a little bled, but he has a 91 throw on the run. That's really, really nice. We'll look at our upgrades to like physicals and mentals and stuff afterward. I'm just kind of looking at this first because it's not going to show us our true freshmen. So we'll go look at all that whenever we look at the depth chart to start the year. But Willie Marr went up a little bit there. Bohannon's still kind of chilling around the same. So we might be actually probably releasing some of these guys. Tavares Jones up to an 85 overall. Love to see that too. Quay Ashley took quite the jump. Juan Kindred really just didn't go up at all. And that's the problem. Him he's a normal dev player, and his caps were not very good, so he's going to fall back in the depth chart. Even though we love him, and he is a super fun player to use on the squad, it's going to be tough for him to develop into something special, as DJ Scott is almost catching him at this point. Wide receivers, wow, Bryce Dobson has jumped up to an 82 overall. He's right up there with Nathan Leacock. Oh, wow, 97 speed for Nathan Leacock. He did not have that last year. He just definitely put a lot into his speed. I'm pretty sure it was like 94 speed or something like that. That's actually massive, considering he still has another season after this, as he's a junior right now. It's going to be a nice little outside deep threat there for Nathan Leacock. But hey, Bryce Dobson fighting his way up from the bottom of the depth chart all the way up to tied for first. That's huge. Tight ends, Carson Kent's just chilling there around 75 overall. Oh, we did end up changing. I forgot about that. We had one wide receiver that we got as a transfer. He's got 94 speed. He was 6'3" or 6'4", or something like that, and he was like 214 for weight. We ended up moving him to a tight end. Our receiving lineup is going to be a little better than this with our true freshmen coming into it, but we don't really have a great tight end, and he was going to be like a 77 or 78 overall tight end, and he's not the lightest guy in the world. Like, he's, just a little bit lighter than Isaiah Williams is at this point, so he's not going to look super out of position for it, and his blocking stats weren't that bad, so he should be okay in that role. Looks like left tackle, Ethan Newman's just not going up at all. Trey Butts up to a 75. Gallo jumped to a 66, so not great there at the left tackle spot. Left guard, Nate Wright is just staying exactly identical at an 82. DeMarco Caraway, it's time for him to shine. Remember, as our first signing we ever got, first blue chip we ever had in school history, he is going to be the starting center this year over Brian Haybeck. Finally getting Brian off the board. But Roger Carter jumping up to a 79 overall for a freshman, too. He might find a little starting spot somewhere else. Kaleri Gordon is an 83. Norcross to a 74. Malachi Carney at an 82 overall. Donovan Westmoreland up to an 87 overall now. That's a really, really nice thing to see. Malachi Fox jumping to a 79 overall. I love to see him jumping up in the depth chart. He had a great year last year. It's going to be really nice to see him continue to progress. Ramonte Darty to an 81 overall at the D tackle spot, and Jaden Grimes up to a 77. Tatum Tuoti up to an 84 overall. And Chris Rogers up to an 81. He's got that 92 speed. It's going to be nice to use him there at the middle linebacker spot. Remember, we got him as a transfer last season and had him sit out as a redshirt, and he's going to be taking on the starting role. And then Danellis Johnson up to an 87 overall. Should be really fun to see him as well. Jaden Kimball, though, up to 87 speed and 99 excel. That's going to be a really nice guy to jump in every once in a while and see how he progresses. Corners, Terez Hamilton, 83 overall. Jericho Washington not really going up much at all. The normal dev also kind of killing him too. Javon Rogers, 96 speed. Love to see that. 80 overall. Nick Sawyer kind of staying around the same spot. Devin Ross up to a 77. Tyler Barbosa, 77. Decent amount of little upgrades here and there. Sad to see over here. Isaac Paul. Remember him being such a stud the first year. Just not going up at all. Kai Stokes really also not going up at all. Cyrus Dansby up to an 88. Markel Redding took a huge jump the first year and then just kind of, leveled out up to an 81 overall. 79 overall for Eric Calvillo, like that. So looking at the depth chart, Nick Johns, look at that. He has hardly any caps at all. This guy's going to be a beast. Absolutely excited about having him on this roster. He's going to be amazing for years to come. Walker White also sitting here like hardly any skill caps at all as well. Yeah, Juan Kindred, just looking at his caps, he's getting so close on a handful of his caps. He's not going to get that much better than he already is right now, which is sad. So we'll probably have to see if we can try to find a power back to be able to take his spot eventually. But Nathan Staymates looks pretty good. Sadness that his speed is already maxed. 94's ice he's going to get with his cap already being hit. But he could be a crazy power back. Elusiveness can go up quite a bit. Bryce Dobson is getting close to hitting all of his caps. So he's not going to get that much better than an 82. Nathan Leacock literally only has one cap. This guy's going to be insane. He could potentially be like 99 speed. This is crazy. He's going to be an amazing receiver for the next 2 seasons so far. Jalen Love, one of the new guys that we got, has a decent amount of caps, but not that many. He could be a pretty solid player for us, too. Tyler Longoria. Oh, that's super sad. For him being impact dev and a 4-star, he has a lot of caps. He's already hit his cap for speed. He can really only go up a slight bit more. That's pretty sad for him starting off fantastic. But he's not going to get significantly better than he already is. So we haven't really found our long-term answer at receiver yet. We're going to have to keep looking for it. Matt Johnson, the elite dev receiver we got. Yeah, look at that. He has hardly any caps. He's going to get significantly better. We need to find a way to either have him see the field or redshirt him in the first year. CJ McCrane, that's the receiver we moved over to tight end. So now he's got number 88 for a tight end. And yeah, speed, quickness, all that stuff's pretty good. His blocking can go up quite a lot. Hopefully that improves. But other than that, he should be a pretty solid player for us too. At a 76 overall as a freshman. So we have a long time with him. He could be our answer. Dave Merchant as star dev, and look at that. He can actually go up quite a bit. Run blocking, not so much, but everything else is not bad. Not bad at all. Frederick Brandon, the 4-star left guard we got. Sweet. Yeah, he can go up quite a bit for all of his stat caps. Kiki, the impact dev. He's got a lot more stat caps than the other guys, but it's not terrible. So he should be a solid starter for us for a little bit. DeMarco Caraway does not have that many stat caps. It's going to be very nice to be able to see him start to be in on the action as one of the first commits. Actually, the first commit we ever got in school history. Marco Davis, another 4-star player we got. He's normal dev, so he has quite a bit of stat caps. But he starts off at a 77 overall, so that's pretty solid. But we definitely need some tackles in this upcoming season. David Parker, one of the transfer players that we found to be a gem. Yeah, he's got hardly any caps. That's going to be really nice for him to take over when Donovan Westmoreland is done. This is his senior redshirt season, so it'll be nice for David Parker to take over after he leaves. Lila Fox really does not have very many stat caps at all, so he should continue to be a great player for us for years to come. So we ended up moving Tevin Sheets, that corner, over as an outside linebacker. He's got normal dev and a decent amount of caps, so he's not going to end up being that insane, but he should help out quite a bit there, as he will probably get the starting nod next season. So we're going to look to see about redshirting him for Tatum Twody's final season. Looking at this middle linebacker group that we got, Chris Rogers, he doesn't have a ton of stat caps. He can get a little bit better, but Richard Dubois is the guy we're all looking for. Wow, that guy looks like someone you do not want to mess with running up the middle. Jeez. Yeah, not a ton of stat caps, so that's really good. He can continue to keep getting better. He can get even faster than 92 speed. That's insane. He's such a fast middle linebacker already. D'Imperio, we saw he is normal dev, so he has quite a bit of caps. And so he's going to get a little bit better. Why do both of my middle linebackers have the rolled up look? I don't know, but apparently I don't think he pulled it off as well as Richard did, but apparently that's the new look for us. So he's got 89 speed. We have 92, 92, 89 speed. These middle linebackers are so quick. It's going to be insane. So Therese Hamilton is so far the highest rated corner that we have, but he has so many caps. He's not going to be that much better. And as a junior already, he doesn't have a lot of upside. Jericho Washington, though, jumped up to Platinum House Call, which we like a lot. But he doesn't have a ton of caps. He's just not going up very much at all for how good of seasons he's been having. Javon Rogers went up in speed, up to a 96 speed corner. He has quite a bit of caps, so it's not going to be that great long-term for us. Timmy O'Kee, one of the transfers that we got, has a decent amount of caps, but he has some more improvement. He could probably be a mid-80s overall corner for us. Tyler Barbosa jumped up quite a bit over there to a 77. He still has a decent more room to grow. He'll probably be a mid-80s corner for us as well. Dylan Griggs is the true freshman that we got. He's only normal dev. Oh, he's got quite a bit of caps. That's super unlucky. For a 4-star guy, that is sad. Forgot about Cyril Prewitt. Oh, he's got like no caps. This guy's probably going to be our number 1 corner for a while. Next year, he's probably going to jump to the number 1 corner spot. I love it too because he's 6'3", and he's got nice speed over here at 95 speed. He's got the Legion ability too. Love that quite a bit. Justice Everett, the 4-star impact safety. Oh, yeah. So he's not going to be great at man or power, but everything else. And he could be a great zone safety for us. Speed's going to be maxed out at 94, but hey, 94 speed on a safety is Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Then we ended up getting Christian Ellis for starting strong safety. And he's got some more room to grow. That's Cortez Robbins. Why did Cortez Robbins pop up here? Christian Ellis. There we go. 4-star. Okay, yeah, he can get decently better. He can even get faster too. We have 290-something speed safeties. I like that. Sweet. Kick power, kick accuracy for Eric went up a decent amount, which we like to see. And our freshman punter. How's he looking? Normal dev. Kick power is maxed. He cannot have any higher than 87 kick power, but his accuracy can go up quite a bit. So, you know, it is what it is. All right. After doing the depth chart and everything, the conference standings looks like we were projected to be first overall in our conference, which I would hope and assume. We're an 86 overall team across the board, pretty much dominating over every other team in this entire conference. Honestly, if we win the conference again as easily as we did last year, I think a 2-in-a-row conference championship and our team just being this elite, I think it's time to move up to a new division if we win it this year. Even if we don't, it probably would be time. Preseason All-Americans. I mean, we got snubbed. How is Tavares Jones not in here? We pretty much have, us and Liberty have about the entire CUSA preseason first team. And then on the second team, we have a handful of guys too. So pretty much only made it into our conference, which is kind of shocking. I really feel like we should have been higher than that. But the preseason top 25 polls have also snubbed us. We are not in here at all in the media poll. We are getting some votes. So we're about 27th-ish. But in the coaches poll, they're giving us a little bit of respect at least because we're sitting here at 24th. So if we win a game or two, we should be back into the ranked category and hopefully able to fight for a college football playoff spot this year. Looking at the schedule going forward. So we have a bye week, obviously, with week 0. Then we're going to go back to the Georgia circuit. We're going to play against Georgia Tech. Going to Georgia, playing number 5 in the country. Playing against the Miami Hurricanes to end our road stand to come back home to play our rivalry game against Georgia State. Then we start some conference play, go against Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, UTEP, and Liberty. Then we have a bye week before we go back to another rivalry game with Jack State, Louisiana Tech, Mid-10 State, end the season off with New Mexico on the road. And then we're going to have a bye before the conference championship game. But guys, that'll end it for the video. I'm going to go into week 1 in the upcoming video. So until then, I'll see you guys in that one. But why don't you check out one of these videos?